Hello and welcome to Tech with Ashish. Today we are going to discuss about 32-bit and 64-bit. What they are, what is the difference between them. So let's start from bits. Bits are everywhere in the computer world. A bit is the smallest unit of data in a computer and it has a value of either 0 or 1. They are just small piece of information stored on a computer. In the computer world, 32-bit and 64-bit refer to the type of CPU, operating system, applications, etc. that utilizes that particular architecture. 32-bit hardware and software is often referred to as x86 and 64-bit hardware and software is often referred to as x64. In terms of numbers, 32-bit system can reference 2 to the 32nd power bytes of memory, which equals to about 4 gigabytes. However, 64-bit system can reference 2 to the 64th power bytes of memory, which equals to about 16 hexabytes. 32-bit system can support up to 4 gigabytes of RAM, whereas 64-bit ones can support up to 16 hexabytes of RAM, at least theoretically. The limit of RAM that can be used depends on your motherboard that will accept it or not. Practically, you don't need hundreds of gigs of RAM. As a general rule, if you have under 4 gigabytes of RAM in your computer, you don't need a 64-bit CPU. But if you have a 4 gigabytes or more than that, then you need 64-bit CPU. So let's see why RAM is so special. To run a program in a computer, data needs to be loaded into RAM first. But the data is stored on a hard drive, which is slower, and from the hard drive, it is loaded into the faster RAM, because RAM sends and receives data faster than a hard drive. Once it is loaded into RAM, the CPU can now access the data and run the program. So the more free RAM that is available to system, the faster the system will respond under the heavier load. Can we install 64-bit operating system on a 32-bit machine? No. To run a 64-bit operating system, you need support from 64-bit CPU. And to run a 64-bit application, you need support from 64-bit operating system and the 64-bit CPU. Will 32-bit and 64-bit combinations are compatible with each other? The general rule is that, number 1, a 32-bit operating system will run on a 32-bit or 64-bit CPU without any problem. Second, a 32-bit application will run on a 32-bit or 64-bit operating system without any problem. But a 64-bit application will only run on a 64-bit operating system, and a 64-bit operating system will only run on a 64-bit CPU. So which one to use, 32-bit or 64-bit? If you are using your system regularly only for browsing or YouTube etc., you require just 2 or 3 gigs of RAM. If you are an advanced user with virtual machines or you do heavy video or image editing, you got to upgrade your RAM as per your requirements. If you want to take advantage of it, you will be needing 64-bit operating system. Can we upgrade from 32-bit to 64-bit? Yes, if you want to upgrade 32-bit operating system to 64-bit operating system, you need the required hardware such as 64-bit CPU. Then upgrading your operating system from 32-bit to 64-bit will wipe out all your data and the applications. So it is recommended that you back up all your data before you proceed. So now the conclusion time. I would recommend you to go for 64-bit operating system because you need to keep in mind the future scenarios for your machine. As of now, almost every computer comes with a 64-bit processor packed inside. If you are using a 32-bit operating system, you are wasting the computing resources you have paid for. So I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, then let me know. Thanks for watching video. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Leave your comments for new ideas and make sure you subscribe for more videos.